when my buddy and I were in Paris, we were in uniform, and we go into a restaurant, and the waiter would come over there and say, we speak English? Yeah, you speak English. He says, what are you people? What do you represent there? We says, we're American sailors off of American warships. Oh, and he go, people at the table asked, and boom, a big bottle of champagne had come over. We couldn't spend any money in Paris. See, they didn't know what an American sailor looked like back in them days, see, in '39, you know. We were a novelty. And of course, after when the war started, that broke it, you know. But we were a novelty, and everybody where we went, the bar, all the beer we wanted, whatever, wine, champagne, all free. And we couldn't spend any money. And even the francs I had, our last night we was in Paris. The next day we were going back down to the ship in Villafranche, you know. And we got out of Villafranche that night, and we were both pooped out. We hadn't slept in about three, four nights, you know, no sleep. And we in Paris, and I had a bunch of these francs. Here, you guys. We went to the bar. Just take this and spend it. What the hell you get? It's money. We can't spend it. We hadn't been able to spend it up in Paris. And I gave these francs away to these guys on my ship. They were sitting on that bar, you know. And we got in the cab. We was glad to get board. Then we got to boom. We hit our bunks and went to sleep for a couple of days. We really lived up in Paris. That was a wonderful city back then.
And what was there to do in Paris at that time? What kind of entertainment did you discover?
Well, you could. We visited like the Eiffel Tower. We went up on that, and some of these. I forget these churches. You know, beautiful, and an art museum. I forget. We went to an art museum in Paris too. Sometimes we would spend about 3 or 4 full hours looking at things the city had, like museums and stuff. And then, of course, towards the end of the day, then we'd go down into the cabarets, you know, and sit around there and make out with the women, you know, and drink beer and have a good time. Man. But we always managed to, as you got into Paris, on the station before that, you get a brochure. It tells you all the sights to see, like in Paris, you know. And these brochures you bought for just a few cents, and they explain all the sights you can see. And if we couldn't speak any French, we'd get a French cabin. We point at it. Oh yeah, we point out in this brochure where to go. He'd take us there then, see, in this church or this art museum where we wanted to go. Everything was there was no war going on in their mind. There was still that Maginot Line there, you know, and the Germans were behind the Maginot Line. It was a stalemate at war. They were actually at war with Germany, but you couldn't tell at night. Everything was lit up. There was no restrictions. Everything was going just as normal, you know, and. At that time, the Parisians figured the Germans could never make it across that Maginot Line. That's what they felt safe. They stopped the Germans at the Maginot Line, and the war was practically over as far as the French people in Paris were concerned. There was no war, period. But when the Germans decided to go through it went through that Maginot Line in a hurry. But that was that stalemate. They called it the stalemate war then, you know. Very little presence of uniforms. Very little uniform, all in civilian clothes if they were there.
And where was your ship docked at that point in time?
Well, the ship went, when she left Italy, I think it went directly to Villafranche, France. She might have went to some other port, and then the Villafranche, France, that's on a coast there, you know, and I don't know what body of water that is. It's not the Atlantic Ocean. I think it's the Mediterranean. It's on the Mediterranean Ocean, yeah. And she tied up there for for quite a while. So a lot of people could go to from there. They went up to Paris too, and other places in France, you know. But we came down from Switzerland and over to Paris, my buddy and I.